right. Good Thursday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Thursday. And one quick thing before we go on and get started, my mic decided it did not want to work. This evening, just for some reason, took me a long time to get it fixed. So let's just go and give a clap for the microphone real quick. Just absolutely amazing. Wanted to actually just did not want to work, but finally got it fixed. So yes, that's all that matters. I am your meteorologist, Jess Peterson, and let's go on and talk about the weather for your Thursday evening, though. Right now, not much going on, but before we go on and continue with that, make sure you go and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the share button as well. Share with all the people that you know. We're at 460 subscribers, trying to get to 500. We are 40 away. Let's go on now and talk with the recording audience for the people who could not be here tonight. Also, vote inside the poll and leave a comment inside the chat. Good Thursday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Thursday. I'm your meteorologist, Jess Peterson, and let's go on and talk about the weather for your Thursday evening going into your future. Now, looking at the radar right now, nothing really going on for the entire state. As you can see right here, nothing. So let's go on and look at the entire United States, though. We have some severe weather that just went through Chicago. Chicago is under, for example, a severe thunderstorm warning for about 60-mile-per-hour winds and some quarter-sized hails falling throughout the city right now. We also do have a tornado warning down here in Illinois. Just look at this system right here. You got the backside, which usually, if it was the wintertime, this would all be snow. But it's rainfall. And just causing some rainfall back here in North Dakota, South Dakota, some rain going on inside of the Rockies, as well as down here inside of the Tennessee Valley going into Arkansas and eastern Texas as well. Some rain also going on inside of New York and Maine. Going into our cloud cover for right now, cloud cover right now is mainly clear for places like the Low Country, the PD region, even the Midlands as well. But the upstate, definitely receiving some cloud cover up there as we get into, obviously, as we get into tonight and as we continue. Let's look at our cloud cover for the future. As you go on and push this forward right here, you can easily see that cloud cover still building up into the upstate. Some may move down towards the Low Country and the PD region as we get into later tonight. But overall, that cloud cover is really staying up there in the upstate. This is tomorrow morning right here by around 7 o'clock when we get started with our live, or not live, but our just regular recorded forecast in the morning. You can just see that cloud cover is really starting to get a lot more widespread, a lot more just throughout the entire state. And then even as we get into tomorrow afternoon, you can still see that cloud cover continuing over the entire state. Current temperatures right now, 79 in Columbia, 79 in Manning, as well as 79 in Moncks Corner and Somerville, 77 in Charleston, 77 in Keel Island, as well as 79 in Beaufort, 80 in Allendale, as well as Bamberg, 77 in Arkansas, as well as 77 in Myrtle Beach, in North Myrtle Beach, 77 in Loris and Conway, as well as 79 in Saluda, 77 in Lawrence, as well as even 77 in Greenville, 77 in Spartanburg, and 75 all the way up there for Rock Hill and Gaffney as well. Going into your low temperatures for tonight, 69 in Greenville, 69 in Spartanburg, as well as Rock Hill, 70 inside of Cheraw and Florence, as well as 70 in Georgetown, 72 in Myrtle Beach and Charleston, 73 in Hilton Head Island, 71 in Aiken, as well as Barnwell and Orangeburg, as well as even 70 in Newberry and Winnsboro as well. Going into your rainfall for tonight, look at this. No rainfall is expected as we go into, obviously, tonight into tomorrow night as well. So no rainfall, again, is expected. As we go into severe weather, obviously no thunderstorms, nothing tonight. Tomorrow, a marginal risk of severe weather is put in place for just northern Oconee County, northern Greenville, and northern Pickens County as well. That is mainly tomorrow. That is mainly probably going to be a wind threat, if I was to take a guess, as of to what it would be. But it's looking like a wind threat, probably going to be the main threat, as we just said. Hail's not really going to be too much of a threat, and tornadoes aren't really going to be either. And as you go into day 3, the entire state, except for maybe like the coastal low country, for example, and then also maybe places like Walterboro, Allendale. Well, no, Allendale's included in there. That's southern Jasper County. Going into Beaufort, Hilton Head Island, all these regions. No thunderstorms are really expected too much down there, but severe weather is indeed a possibility. Spartanburg, Greenville, Rock Hill, Columbia, Aiken, Florence, Myrtle Beach, all of these regions are inside of this risk for some potential severe weather, like I said, on Saturday, May the 17th. Now, probably going to be kind of like a morning issue, probably for up there in the upstate, but then as you get later into the day, on Saturday, that's probably when it will start to move throughout the state as we get into, obviously, like I said, Saturday. No excessive rainfall is expected at this time, so we're going to go on and just go straight over towards the models, look at the short term first, starting off at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Just go on and push this forward. You can see exactly what the National Weather Service was talking about. Just no precipitation. We finally start to receive some precipitation Saturday morning, going into around 6 a.m. And then that will continue all the way through 8 to 9 a.m. as well. It kind of looks like a cold front. And then even as you go through around 10 to 11, maybe even 12 p.m. as well on May the 17th, and then going on to 2 p.m., really starts to die out a lot. But you can see that rainfall and that potential wind problem that we could potentially have as we go through. But it seems like, that threat's really going to be for, obviously, tomorrow. That's really going to be an overnight threat. I mean, you can see by around 6 a.m. those showers and potential storms moving through. So 6 a.m., that moves through the state and it continues off, and that's how far as it's going to go. We'll talk more about this tomorrow night, though. Tomorrow night. Going into our long-term future look, this is like the next 400 hours. As you push this forward, rainfall going on, low country, southern Midlands as well. And then we also do have some more rainfall at around 8 p.m. on May the 19th as well. And then continuing through May the 21st, some more rainfall going through the entire state. This could potentially be something else we're going to have to watch for in terms of severe weather, maybe. As we continue to push this forward even more, a nice little dry period going all the way from May the 22nd through to around the 25th. 26th comes along, bringing some more rain. And then after that, everything else is a bit too far out, so we're not going to go too much further there. As we go on now to our next area, I want to talk about, first off, the amount. We'll talk about that actually in just a second. We'll talk about the temperatures first, because obviously this weekend, it's going to be definitely hot this weekend, and I know we were going to talk about that tonight, and this is the night that we're going to talk about it. So you start off, obviously, we talked about it this morning, but around, obviously temperatures up in the 90s, and overall it verified at my house today, high temperature of 90 degrees at my house today on the dot, 90.0. And so as you even get into tomorrow it's going to be even hotter, and potentially some people may get up to around 95 going into tomorrow. This is tomorrow, Friday, high temperatures for tomorrow. The entire state pretty much will be inside the 90s. Even downtown Charleston has a chance to get inside of the 90-degree mark. Myrtle Beach, same thing, has that chance to get inside of the 90-degree mark. And you can see like those little orange colors down here in like the inland low country, the Tri-County region, Dorchester, Berkeley, inland Charleston County going into over here near Jasper County, going on over into Beaufort as well. Potentially a 95. It's not out the question at all. You can see a lot of low 90s to mid 90s for a lot of us, and it's still not going to end there. Looking at Saturday. Saturday, it's still going to be in the 90s. And then as you go off into Sunday, still, a couple of places inside the 90s, but Monday is going to kick around as well, still be inside the 90s. And pretty much we're almost at that point now to where we're going to see some sustained 90-degree weather. I don't think we're quite there yet. I think we got to wait a little bit longer. But, I mean, obviously you can see up here still in the 80s for places like Greenville, Spartanburg, Anderson. This is Wednesday of next week, still in the low 80s. So we're not quite there yet, but we're starting to get to that point now to where we're starting to see some sustained temperatures in the 90s. And even if you look at the minimum temperatures as well, look at this minimum temperatures for some in the mid 70s. This is Friday night, tomorrow night. with some low temperatures tomorrow night, only at around 75. So it's definitely not going to get any cooler than that. As we get probably into like the near future. I mean, it may get into like the mid 60s. And I mean, that's, I'd say honestly, mid 60s, low 60s. That's probably the least we're gonna get. I don't really see a chance for any more 50s. And maybe that isolated 59. You never know what happens. But I think that we're about done with 50-degree temperatures as of now. It's starting to get into the 90-degree temperature range. Let's go on now and talk about our drought monitor as well. Starting off May 15th, that D2 drought that was inside the low country, inside like Dorchester, Berkeley, and Charleston County has now dissipated, but Georgetown and Horry County still have a D2 severe drought, and so they definitely need the rain most out of anybody right now. But even though that severe drought is out of the Tri-County region, a moderate drought is still there. And then D0, abnormally dry, that goes all the way up here into like Dillon County, Marlborough County, all the way down to Jasper County and Beaufort County, going to Hampton County as well. And then, obviously you have like some abnormally dries up here, but it's not really a lot. There was actually a little drought up here. It now actually seems to have dissipated. So that's a good thing. That's it in terms of that. Let's go on now and look at our next thing, which is the crazy score. If you have no idea what the crazy score is, it's pretty much a score that we use just to see, how crazy is the weather inside of South Carolina. Right now it's at 18. It is at an 18 right now in the mild category, slightly breezy or cloudy, but no major concerns. Yes, obviously there will be some types of clouds out there tonight, like partly cloudy, maybe even half clouds. Half clear, so that's why it's not in that calm category. And then the final thing I want to look at before we go on and talk with the audience is I want to look at the observed precipitation through the past week or so, just to see how much rainfall we have received over the past week and what it's looking like. So, for some regions it was looking around 5 inches for some, and maybe around, only 2 inches for some, but it looks like the entire state overall received around 2 to 5 inches, maybe even up to 6 for some regions. Right here you can see on my screen, I think I can go to, no, I can't do that, but right here you can see South Carolina obviously around 3 to 2.6, the lowest I see, all the way to probably up to around 6, 2.6 to all the way up to 6, around 2 to 6 inches, as we go into the past 7 days or so. So overall, definitely a lot of rain. Is it enough though? Obviously not, as we still do have some drought throughout the state. So definitely need more rain. We still need more rain even after all of this. We still need more. So now that that's taken care of, and we talked about the future, we talked about the drought monitor, we talked about the temperatures as we go into the next week as well, into this weekend. Let's go on now and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Let's see what the audience has to say for tonight. That says, good evening, Joseph. I hope all is well. It was another warm one here today in Central Texas. It will cool down. We'll talk about that in a second. Mr. Anthony says, hey, Weatherman, could you give me the forecast for Norfolk, Virginia for Friday and Saturday? We will do that after we talk about San Antonio. Or actually, no, we'll do that before we talk about San Antonio, Raleigh, and Philadelphia. But Trail says, hi, Joseph, hello to you. And then Trish says, hey, Joseph, hello to you as well. And that's it. And so after that, make sure you go in and vote inside the poll, inside the chat. 3 people have voted, and there's been 17 people tuned in so far. Also, we have 17 people that have tuned in and only 5 likes. Let's go and get that like button up. Go on and hit the like button. It's free. It takes 2 seconds. It's really not that hard to do. All it takes is just one click of a button. One click of a button. The subscribe button is the exact same way. It takes not even, a couple of seconds to go and hit the subscribe button or hit the like button or even vote inside the poll. So just go on and do that. Looking at now, we have to look at Norfolk, Virginia. So let's go on and move on up there real quick. Here we go, starting off up here. Let me make sure I know what I'm actually talking about before, where I know Norfolk is, before I just start saying I think I know where it is, and actually I don't know where it is. It is over here. All right. So now that I got that, just looking at it right now. Not really a lot going on. Oh, you cannot see my model. Here you go, right here. Should be popping up in like the next couple of seconds. But overall, I mean, right now, nothing much really going on. As you know, as expected. As we go on into the future, though, there is not, I mean, not really much going on really into the future until you get to around, obviously tonight. I'm going into around like 11 to around 3, 4 a.m. as well. But as we move into tomorrow, Friday, like you were saying, Friday into Saturday as well, maybe some rainfall going into noon. That's potentially possible. And then look at this. Look at this line of storms right there, potentially bringing some severe gusts of up to 60 miles per hour. That's possible as you get into around 3 to 4 p.m. as well. And as you continue forward, maybe another little severe threat as you get into like after 2 to 3 a.m. as well. And then past that, this goes into like the afternoon, and then finally you start to receive a break. So Saturday is looking like it's going to be a pretty noisy. When I say noisy, I mean just the amount of thunderstorms. Late Friday going into early Saturday as well seems like it's going to be noisy as well. And then obviously we talked about the afternoon on Friday as well, so looking noisy as well. So definitely going to need that umbrella with you. And if you go into temperatures now, I'm just going on low temperatures tonight. This is obviously low temperatures into Thursday night and the Friday morning around 66. High temperatures tomorrow, probably around like 86, 87. Low temperatures tomorrow night. As you can see, the cold front right there pushing through. That will drop your temperature down to around 65. And then high temperatures probably in the low 80s as you go into Saturday. We already talked about severe weather. The potential for a potential storm to go through with around 60 mile per hour winds, maybe some hail as well. It's all inside the question as you go into Friday. This is Friday going into Saturday as well. And so that's it there. Let's talk about San Antonio, Raleigh, and Philadelphia. Starting off with San Antonio first. Low temperatures tonight, 76. High temperatures tomorrow at 98. Low temperatures tomorrow night, 76. No precipitation tonight and tomorrow. Raleigh, low temperatures tonight, 68. High temperatures tomorrow at 91. Low temperatures tomorrow night at 74. No precipitation is expected tonight or tomorrow. Philadelphia, low temperatures tonight, 63. High temperatures tomorrow at 81. Low temperatures tomorrow night at 67. Chance of showers tonight. Showers are expected tomorrow and a chance of thunderstorms tomorrow night. Let's talk about severe weather. Starting off tonight, Raleigh does have a minor risk of flooding for tonight. Make sure that you watch for that. Philadelphia also has a minor risk of flooding for tonight and going into tomorrow during the day as well. So make sure that you are watching for that. You've seen that before. I mean, that happens a lot of times a year. So you shouldn't really be scared or just concerned in any sort of way, shape, or form. Just make sure that you just watch out for it. And so that's it there. And so now for our final little thing that we do, what's going on throughout the entire United States news-wise, weather news only. Severe thunderstorms are expected today and Friday from the upper Midwest, central Great Lakes, and into the Ohio and mid-Mississippi valleys. In addition, heavy rainfall threat increases on Friday across the Ohio Valley. Meanwhile, early summer-like heat wave across the portions of southern Texas, with new daily records are forecast today through this weekend. The heat spreads across the Gulf states of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida. So a lot going on. Obviously, from severe weather to excessive rainfall to potentially record-breaking heat. All of this stuff is expected. One thing I do want to talk about as well, before anybody leaves, is tomorrow. We have a potential regional outbreak of severe weather tomorrow for portions of like St. Louis, Missouri, Louisville, Kentucky, Evansville, Indiana, as well as Clarksville, Tennessee, and Bloomington, Indiana as well. Also like Indianapolis, Cincinnati, Knoxville, going into Dallas potentially as well. And all these places need to watch out for a potential severe weather threat. Philadelphia actually is actually included in that as well. A 15% chance of damaging winds for tomorrow, and a 5% chance of damaging hail as well. And Raleigh also has a marginal risk of severe weather for tomorrow as well, mainly just for a wind threat. But overall, if you know anybody inside those regions that I just named out, Baltimore, Washington, D.C. is also included in there. Let them know severe weather is coming tomorrow. And also in the future as well, day 3 going into up there all the way in New York as well, going into Oklahoma and Arkansas on Saturday as well. Not looking as dangerous. Definitely the most dangerous day is going to be tomorrow, mainly around St. Louis, Louisville, Evansville, Clarksville, and Bloomington, Indiana. And that's pretty much where the main part is going to be, even western from like Bowling Green, Kentucky as well. So that's going to be it for tonight. I just wanted to say that real quick, just in case if anyone has any friends, family, or anything like that over there. And that's going to wrap this up. Make sure you go and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the share button as well. Share it with all of the people that you know. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers. We're at 460. Let's go in and get to 500. Mr. Anthony says, thank you. No problem at all. No problem at all. I will be back tomorrow morning with your Friday morning forecast update. Only one more day to go.